Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Abdul Basit. I hope that everything is alright. At the end of this video you will be able to learn the definition of linguistics and the definitions of language. Alright, well, many of my students have been continuously asking me to make a video on this topic because this is a very important topic of linguistics. If you are a student of linguistics, you need to know the definition of linguistics, you need to know the definition of language, because linguistics basically deals with language. So today I am going to tell you the comprehensive definition of linguistics, and then I'll talk about language. What is language? Well, linguistics is a word that is the combination of two words, and those two words are Latin words, lingua and istics. Lingua means tongue, istics means scientific study. So, etymologically, linguistics is the scientific study of language. Okay? And it is not the study of any particular language, but it is the study of human language in general. In linguistics, any language that is spoken in this world is studied. Alright, so linguistics is a word that has been derived from two Latin words, lingua and istics. Lingua means tongue or language, and istics means scientific studies. So linguistics is the scientific study of language. So definition of linguistics is that linguistics is the scientific study of language. Since linguistics is the scientific study of language, we need to know what is language. It is an important thing for us to know what is language. Well, language is omnipresent. Language is present everywhere. Wherever we go, people have a language. Well, I am talking to you right now and I am using a particular language. Alright? Without language, human beings are just like animals. Well, animals also have a language, but their language is limited. Their language lacks variety. Their language is not like ours. So, human beings differ from animals because they have got language. So language is a very complex human phenomenon, and many attempts to define language have been made, and most of those attempts have been failed because nobody could define language in a proper way, because language deals with a lot of aspects. It covers a wide range of topics. It has got a lot of characteristics. Therefore, no definition could include all the characteristics of language. Therefore, many attempts have been made to define language, but no definition was appropriate or a complete definition of language. Well, here I'll tell you three definitions given by different authors, okay, different scholars. So let's begin with the definitions. So the first definition that I'm going to tell you is the definition given by Edward Sapir. He says, language is a primarily human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions and desires by means of a system of voluntarily produced symbols. Okay, well, in this definition he says that language is primarily human. It is basically concerned with human beings, and it is non-instinctive. It has nothing to do with the instinct. Well, animal language is instinctive. Animals produce some sounds that they inherit from their parents, okay, and they produce those sounds on the basis of their instinct. But human beings do not speak language on the basis of their instinct? Well, we have a language acquisition device that has been installed by the Almighty God in us, but our language is not instinctive. Had it been instinctive, we would speak the language of our parents no matter where we live. Well, these things are debatable. These things need to be discussed in detail. Well, I'll discuss these things in detail in the next video, because in the next video I'll be talking about the characteristics of language. So this is one of the most important characteristics of language, that language is non-instinctive. Human language is non-instinctive. So this definition given by Edward Sapir covers 3 or 4 basic characteristics of language. All right, so this definition cannot be called a complete or appropriate definition of language because it doesn't cover all the characteristics of language. So let's move to the next definition, and next definition is given by A.H. Gardiner. A.H. Gardiner says, language in its widest sense means the sum total of such signs of our thoughts and feelings as are capable of external perception and as could be produced and repeated at will. Okay, so again A.H. Gardiner also talks about the expression of desires, feelings and thoughts. Okay, and our desires, our feelings and our thoughts are capable of external perception. Well, I'm expressing my ideas to you, and my ideas are capable of external perception. You are able to perceive, you are able to understand the ideas that I'm conveying to you, and this is the characteristic of language, that language is capable of external perception. Whatever the ideas, whatever the thoughts, whatever the desires, whatever the feelings we have, we convey to the others, and they are capable of external perception. So let's move to the third definition of language, and this definition is given by Henry Sweet. Henry Sweet says, language may be defined as the expression of thought by means of speech sounds. So again, Henry Sweet also talks about language, and he says that it is merely an expression of thought. It is merely a means of communication, but this is not the case. It has got a lot of other characteristics and features, and many of those characteristics and features are missing in these 3 definitions that I have told you. There are a lot of other definitions of various authors, various scholars and thinkers, but I'm not going to talk about them because they again discuss these a few aspects of language. So these 3 definitions will be appropriate in order to understand what actually language is. Well, at the end, finally, I would like to differentiate between language and our language. Okay, what is language? In fact, language is our ability to speak, our innate ability to speak that all human beings share. Okay, well, I'm here in Pakistan, you might be in India, you might be in America, you might be anywhere in the world, but you have an ability to speak, and whatever the language you speak, you have got that ability to speak. Okay, so this is called language. The second thing is our language. So our language is a set of codes, a set of conventions that we operate through the faculty of speech that we have. So language is the faculty of speech or faculty to speak that we as human beings have, and our language is a set of codes, set of conventions that we operate through our faculty of speech. Okay, we have been given an apparatus, we have been given a system of vocal organs, and while using those vocal organs we speak our languages. So our language is a particular code. It is a set of conventions. It is a set of conventions that we operate through our faculty to speak. So this was all about today's video. I hope that you have got the complete understanding of the definition of linguistics, what is linguistics, and you have understood what is language and what is the difference between language and our language. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done yet. And in the next video I'll be talking about characteristics and features of language. So please don't miss that video as well, because that is going to be very fruitful for you if you are a student of English language and literature. So thank you very much for watching the video. Bye bye, take care.